and welcome to our 17th annual Feast of Weeks. This is part 1 of Feast of Abundant Harvest of the Firstfruits by the Honorable Yud Hey Wav Hey Beit Nun Sofit Yud Hey Wav Hey.
Welcome to Feast of Weeks. I just saw you 50 days ago, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread. What a time we had. And what a time we're about to have. Let us turn to Deuteronomy chapter 16. Verse 16. Read.
3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God Yahweh in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before the Lord Yahweh empty.
Verse 17.
Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord thy God Yahweh, which he hath given thee.
When we get, it's from Yahweh. A blessing from Yahweh. When you're able to give, a blessing from Yahweh. What a blessing. When you live to do what Yahweh says, he blesses you to live, to do what he said. I think I'll say that again. When you live to do what Yahweh says, he blesses you to live, to do what he said. That's rich. 3 times, not 2 times. 3 times in a year. Now, when you're able to be present with God, the 3 times that he requires, you are blessed. Think about it. It is written for the world to see what Yahweh requires. And there are people who feel like the cares of the world is more important than what Yahweh said. Yahweh is talking about folks that's not here. No, I'm talking about how blessed you are to be here, as Yahweh said. When you can plan, make your plans to do everything Yahweh asks, and then you are blessed to work your plan. That's something. What a blessing. And anybody that's able to be around God when he comes, to be around God when he asks you to come, just to be able is a blessing. And then to do what he says when you come is a blessing. 3 times in a year. But when I look at Deuteronomy 16 and read what has been written for thousands of years, and look back in history at our forefathers who did not keep the laws of Yahweh, and say that they were foolish for not keeping the laws of Yahweh. And then to read these same words thousands of years after they're gone and see that I'm here keeping what Yahweh decreed. Though my forefathers did not, I am. I'm here. What a blessing. And you can't be where you want to be. You must appear before me, which is where I have chosen to place my name. Even if you live on the West Coast, you say, I must make it to the East Coast. Why? Because that's where Yahweh chose to place his name. Exodus 23:14. And I have to come giving. The book says, such as a man is able. Well, you should be well able if you know Yahweh. Because Yahweh says that his blessings make you rich. So if you're not rich yet, you must not be doing what Yahweh said. Yeah, you must have some ideas of your own that you are trying to do and accomplish. Praise Yahweh. Or maybe you're doing somebody else's idea. Maybe you're doing your husband's idea. I don't know. But all I know is my blessings make you rich. So if you are not rich, or if you don't feel rich, see, I know you are rich, but if you don't feel rich, then you must not feel connected to my divine mind. Because once you connect, you don't have any doubt about your wealth. It's all about connecting. What a blessing to connect. Exodus 23:14. Read.
3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year.
3 times. Isn't that something? Verse 17, 23:17, read.
3 times in the year all thy males shall appear before the Lord thy Yahweh.
3 times you must obey. When you do that, you're doing what Yahweh says. Can you believe it? What makes us unique is we keep the laws of Yahweh. What makes our children unique is they're being taught the laws of Yahweh. And it's not simply the teaching, but when we put it into practice, we get a result that's different from the world. What a difference keeping the laws of Yahweh make. Every man shall give as he is able. Let's look over and look at verse 10. Deuteronomy chapter 16. Verse 10. The word of Yahweh is speaking to your heart, your mind, your soul, your being. I'm here in the flesh to call your attention to what I want you to read. That's why I'm in the flesh. I leave you on your own, you won't do right. So I'm here to guide your attention to my words that I caused Moses to write. Since I'm the causer, I caused him to write these words. He could never think them up. Deuteronomy 16:10, read.
And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord thy God Yahweh, with a tribute of a freewill offering of thy name, which thou shalt give unto the Lord thy God Yahweh, according as the Lord thy God Yahweh hath blessed thee.
I'm having difficulty trying to figure out why I would need to expound on this. I'm tempted to expound, but I'm having difficulty considering why I need to. Maybe if we just read it again, I won't have to. Those under the sound of my voice that's not here, when you hear this broadcast, then it will bless you to say, well, from now on I will do as Yahweh says. You that are in my presence have the joy of seeing my countenance, but then you too are reminded I must do what Yahweh ben Yahweh says. Read verse 10 again. Read.
And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord thy God Yahweh.
See, who are you keeping it for? Not unto your mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, wife, husband, children, friends, relatives. How many admit that Yahweh is sovereign, supreme, divine, all-knowing, pure intelligence, knows what he's doing, that Yahweh makes no mistakes, nothing foolish about him, that he doesn't ask for simple things, or nor does he ask us to do things that we cannot do. You admit all of that? Then I wonder, does he know what he wants from us in this verse? He said 3 times. Now your oppressor has taught you this means nothing. Your oppressors have taught you that this requirement of Yahweh is of none effect today, that it does not count. Being that Yahweh is all wise, then he would not require of us something that he does not want us to do. Get your Bible out and let me show you something here in Deuteronomy 16:11. You must rejoice before Yahweh in the place where he has chosen for you to rejoice. In the place where he has chosen to place his name. You must do this, son. It's not about where you want to go or what you want to do. Let me educate you. Son, daughter, widow, fatherless. Let me tell you something. Let me show you what you must do. You must come and worship before Yahweh. And not only worship, but rejoice. You within my city, you must rejoice. You within my gates, let me tell you what you must do. You must rejoice before Yahweh. Husband, wife, let me tell you what you must do. This is what the word of Yahweh said. Let me show you what you must do. Well, I don't want to hear that. Well, you're going to hear it. You stay within these gates You're going to hear it. Stranger, stranger. Say you don't know about our ways. Well, let me tell you about our ways. You can't stay within these gates, stranger, with your strange ways. You're going to have to conform to the laws of Yahweh if you stay within these gates. You can't just come, but you're going to have to be happy. Now, I don't care what you have to do to yourself, but you're going to have to somehow make yourself rejoice, stranger. Now that's pretty rough to tell these folk that have machine guns today. Somebody that's strung out on crack cocaine and he doesn't know who he is or where he is, where he came from, and he doesn't know anybody, doesn't recognize his near akin. And you're trying to tell him how happy he's fixing to be. Maybe we need some new gates. Maybe we need some new territory. Or maybe we need to gain control. So that we can exercise the law. Because we're required to exercise this law, but something is going on within the gates. Contrary to the law. And though we speak the law to the strangers within these gates, they don't want to hear and you don't know how to enforce it. Sounds like you need some power and some knowledge on how to establish the gates. Sounds like there's some work must be done in the place where Yahweh has chosen to place his name. And it's kind of rough when he chose to place his name in hell. Now it would be easy to tell the stranger, rejoice in heaven. But what a time, what a difficult time Yahweh has come placing his name in hell. Some of us no doubt would say, surely Yahweh could have wiped hell out first, and then gave us this job. But if Yahweh had wiped hell out first, we might not know who he is. But for Yahweh to come and place his name in hell and then tell us we must establish his gates and take charge over the widow and the stranger, and exercise the law and cause them to keep it and then be happy doing it in the middle of hell, well, you need some special strategy. Ordinary stratagem, it won't get this job done. This job looks impossible. Yahweh chose to place his name in a place where all the words above the country that's being sung are singing in opposition to Yahweh, the Creator. All the songs being sung are glorifying the creature instead of the Creator. And I have nerve to come and place my name in such an atmosphere, and then I say, start singing praises to my name. In the middle of hell, they say, when you send your record out there, the people in charge of what they think is their airwaves tell you they're not going to play my name. And I'm saying, keep on writing and keep on singing, because you're going to discover one day I own the airwaves. Praise Yahweh. And I happen to know that since Yahweh is able to place his name in hell, that he is able to wipe out the hellions and put heaven in its place. That's called a revolution. That's called a turnover. That's called a turnaround. That's called reverse. Surely only the Creator, Yahweh, would be able to do such a thing as this. It would be easy to tell everybody in heaven, rejoice. But to come and stand in the middle of hell all by yourself. And see, sometimes in your city you seem like you feel like you're by yourself. Oh yeah, sometimes you feel like there's nobody else want to know about Yahweh. I know, I understand. I walk these streets all by myself. I know how it is, but I'm your example that we can overcome hell. Yes, we can. We may not seem like much tonight, but though we not seem like much, we are enough to overcome hell. When Yahweh decided to kill everybody on the earth in the days of Noah, 8 overcame. Noah and his family overcame destruction. That's why I love Yahweh, because he's able to kill the whole world. But as long as I just trust in him, I'll overcome. The same thing that killed the world, Noah and his family rode on it to safety. That's amazing. The same water that was used to kill and drown the world, Yahweh used this same water to save those who trusted in him. So though hell look like it's all destructive, the fact that I've come and placed my name in hell, then I have the power to turn it into heaven. Just as I had power over the water to destroy one and save the other, it'll be that same way today. Though I change the water to fire, I'll still save it. What glory, Yahweh. Oh, what a creator we serve. It proves that as long as we put our trust in Yahweh, all our heart, that whatever he used to destroy, you can be in the midst of it. You walk up and down the street in the midst of the fire of drugs and drug destruction. See bodies laid out in the street, shooting and killing each other, firing bullets all around us, but we are not harmed. Though destruction is all around, and though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death all around, I don't fear any of that evil. Why? Because I have Yahweh, his rod and his staff is with me to comfort me. Just keep my mind on Yahweh. Glory to Yahweh. What a blessing to know Yahweh. Do you know without Yahweh, it's total destruction? No hope. People in all kind of religion, but it's no hope. All over the earth. I'm talking about the earth. But I can't wait for these gates to be established. It's not going to take a gun for this. Neither can you look for the Spirit to do it, except my Spirit be in you. See, we have to do some live, real work. It's not about sitting back in a house and saying, Yahweh is God. You stay there long enough, your lights will go out. Power company's gonna cut them out. You better get out that house saying Yahweh is God while you get out and go get you some work and make some money and say Yahweh is God while I make some money so you can keep your lights on. You get in your car and just keep driving talking about Yahweh is God. And you just keep on driving. And when the hand gets on E and you say, look at Yahweh is God, boy. Car just ride on. Yeah, you keep on riding on empty. You'll discover you need some more gas. You'll be saying Yahweh is God while you try to go get a can or somebody to come fill that thing back up. What am I saying? Don't go to Crazyville when it comes to Yahweh. He is real. So many of us, we want to go to Nutsville when it comes to the Creator, Yahweh, like abracadabra, boom. It won't work. It's not the way it goes. If you believe that, get on that 20-story building and jump and say, abracadabra, you'll have wings. You'll find out you don't have wings. At the bottom of the fall, that sudden stop will give you a joke. If you make it through, you'll understand abracadabra doesn't work. If you're stupid enough to go against Yahweh's law and jump off that building, you can holler Yahweh all you want to. You're still going down. Because he decreed it like that. You're the one crazy. Praise Yahweh. You get your leg cut off and come to me 10 years later talking about, you God, you the eternal one. I know if you touch my leg, this stuff will grow a foot. You better go and get you a knife and a tree and try to figure out how to make you an artificial leg. And you'll call it your foot when you make it work right. You'll say, bring me my foot. To put my foot on.
Please turn to side 2.
I don't want nobody coming to me looking nutty and crazy and this spook stuff. No, I don't teach that. I'm going on a fast. First thing I want to know is how long. Tell me you've been to fast 6 months, I'm going to tell you you're a fool. You'll never make it. I'm going to fast until I meet Yahweh. You will. You're going to meet something. I prefer to call it death. Yahweh made that too. For crazy folk. Come now, let us reason together. Praise Yahweh. Feast of Weeks is beautiful. We've learned a lot already. You see, the Feast of Weeks we've had for several years, and no doubt our perceptions surrounding the Feast of Weeks remained as it had been all the time. But this time I'm expanding your mind to understand that the Feast of Weeks, like all the other feasts, exhibits many lessons. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 15. This is one of the purposes of the Feast of Weeks. Read, please.
And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy God Yahweh redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing today.
This is why we're commanded Feast of Weeks. Remember. Why in the world does Yahweh want us to remember we were slaves in Egypt? And in conjunction with that, why does he want us to remember he delivered us? Maybe it's to get in our minds that no matter how powerful our oppressor is, we should remember that Yahweh is able to deliver. Though hell looks all-encompassing, yet Yahweh is able to deliver. What is our assurance? Simply remember the power of Pharaoh. He was so powerful that he said, who is this Yahweh that I should listen to him? Exodus, let's take a look at Exodus 5:2 for a second. So when people are rulers and have power and have you under their hands, they think they're God. I mean, they may know they're not the creator, but they still think they're God because they have you under their thumb. So Pharaoh was not just a single man, it was Pharaoh and everybody that was his people. Pharaoh and his people were different from us. So all of Pharaoh's kinfolk had the same philosophy Pharaoh had, same belief. So if Pharaoh thought he didn't have to listen, then nobody in Pharaoh's family thought they needed to listen either. Read.
And Pharaoh said, who is the Lord Yahweh, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? I know not the Lord Yahweh, neither will I let Israel
And in verse 3 they said, but Yahweh, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. Let us go. Same thing you're saying today. They say, well, you read the paper. They'll say, I don't believe Yahweh ben Yahweh is the Son of God. A newspaper reporter came in my face just last week. They wrote almost 2 pages, full page, and the reporter went right back to the Miami Herald, who went up and talked to my biological father and said, well, what do you think about your father? He said he was there when you came out and that you not the Son of God. Wanted me to set up an argument so they could fly out and talk to my biological father. I said, you want me to answer that? The reporter said, yeah. He said you not. I said, well, I read in the same Bible where Joseph was standing there. And the man you claim you believe in came out too. And I didn't read where Joseph fathered him. And I didn't read where his brothers fathered him. So I must be fulfilling what you already read about. What do you have to say about that? And they hung their head. I was already prepared for that question because I read it, that I was going to have to answer it. Yeah, well, what about you believe in the New Testament? I said, I am the Old Testament and I am the New Testament. I'm the Testament, period. The Old Testament, you call it old, I teach that. Some of you call it the Torah and the law. I teach that. But what about the New? That's my story. What was that problem 1900 years ago? They said he was blaspheming. Accused him of considering himself equal to God. It upset a lot of folk. Same scribes. What is a scribe? A writer. What is a writer? A reporter. Same reporters, same spirit is walking around here now saying the same thing, asking the same old tired questions. But they simply are not ready for my answers. But they weren't ready then. So how they going to be ready now? They've had 1900 years to get ready to answer or to stump me or trap me with questions. They've had 1900 years of practice. And they aren't able to work it yet. So they're saying the same thing today. Well, who's this Yahweh ben Yahweh that we should listen to? Who? I mean, I know where he was born. He was born way out there in Oklahoma. He's alive, born in heaven. Who is this Yahweh that we should let y'all go? Did Yahweh accomplish it? What does the word say? Remember. Remember. Took a few plagues for Pharaoh to get it together. See, Pharaoh didn't just get it together on his own one day and say, go on, Israel, it's right for y'all to leave, go on. No, see, it didn't work like that. It took crack cocaine, Iran-Contra affair, taking Watergate and AIDS, syphilis and gonorrhea. Taking a little drought. Last year, Yahweh simply set 1,200 fires in California with lightning. And it's drier now than it was last year. So all it's going to take is for Yahweh to strike a few pieces of lightning. He said he started 1,200 fires. Almost burn up 4 states. What was it, last week? Yahweh sent 81 tornadoes in one day in one area. It was only 81. They said it was a swarm of tornadoes. Never in the history of the world has 81 tornadoes hit in one area in one day. That was just one day. That's not the tornadoes that hit across the country. That was just in one area in one day. 81. You could count them and their destruction. So, you know, a little bit of this going on while I'm here saying, let us go. But like Pharaoh in the past, just remember, the God of the Hebrews have met with you. Now, in verse 3, the Hebrews understood who met with them. But Pharaoh did not understand who with us, Israel. Pharaoh was present and the Hebrews were present when Yahweh walked on the earth and met with the Hebrews. But Pharaoh didn't believe who he was looking at was in fact the God of the Hebrews, and if it was the God of the Hebrews, he didn't feel that that was very important either. He didn't know, Pharaoh didn't realize that the God of the Hebrews was also the creator of all things, including those plagues that was going to convince him. And then when Yahweh convinced Pharaoh, he wasn't through with Pharaoh. He then turned around and killed him. And what? His whole army of believers. So the Pharaoh and the enemy and my opponents in America, though they look impossible to stop and to turn around and to reverse and be destroyed, yet Yahweh is able. Just remember, the same yesterday, today, and forever, the same Yahweh is able to kill all who oppose him today and all the army of them. That's what Feast of Weeks is all about. Remembering. We're not here to just simply go back in our mind to Egypt and sit up and fold our hands, rock, go stand at some wall and mumble. No, see, it's not about that. And all of you that thought Feast of Weeks was about that, I'm here to educate you that there's a lot more to consider. Many, many lessons in this feast, and they're important lessons. First of all, what I've shared with you thus far is a faith lesson. Remember, no matter how powerful Pharaoh was and his army, Yahweh was able to keep Pharaoh off Israel, though Pharaoh was chasing Israel. Yahweh was able to put a force. He put out his force. And that was an invisible divider, but it was a divider nevertheless. It looked like a cloud by day and a fire by night, but it worked. Same Yahweh. Same Yahweh. Just remember, you remember, same Yahweh. The boy looked like we're not going to overcome crack cocaine. And students in the public schools are 80% functionally illiterate, and they're all going to hell and look like they don't want to do right or hear right or go right. Well, Yahweh is the same yesterday, same today. So it just doesn't look like any of them are going to listen. Well, I have a whole university over here listening. I have several hundred in Yahweh University that's listening. I have a lot more than Noah started with. He started with 8. And all the people on the earth today is the result of that 8. Boy, I got a big start. Look at what I have to work with. It means I'll be able to get it done a whole lot faster. Remember, Feast of Weeks is about remembering Yahweh delivered us. Same Yahweh here to deliver us. And the same Red Sea that Yahweh used to kill Pharaoh, he saved us. Yeah, he opened up the Red Sea, let us pass through, used the same Red Sea to drown Pharaoh and his army. Israel, to them it looked like they were between a rock and a hard place. Here was an impossible Red Sea in the front of them. And none of them could swim. They've been handling bricks too long. None of them could swim, not cross no Red Sea. And here was Pharaoh and his army chasing them from the rear. If they go forward, they die. And if they stand still, they die. But see, something else was in operation. Yahweh. Israel had Yahweh with them, who had power over the Red Sea. Remember, Feast of Weeks is about remembering Yahweh is sovereign. Yahweh is all-powerful. Yahweh is here to deliver us. While we be in hell, he's here to deliver us from hell. It looked like there's nowhere to go, nowhere to turn. Pull up to the shores of America, and all around you is water. And all around you are devils, the cage of every hateful, wicked, evil bird. Full of devils. Revelation what? Revelation 18:2. I'm not making this up. Revelation 18:2. 2 and 3. Read.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and the cave of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Now, wherever it says her, and wherever it says Babylon, say America. Now, let's go back and read it again. And wherever it says Babylon, wherever it says her, say America. And see if it fits or not. Read.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, America the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and the caves of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine
True or not? All nations of the earth seek to come to America and be free of the moral restraints in their countries. Freedom in America means do what you want to do. You don't have to worship Yahweh. You don't have to keep the laws of Yahweh in America. You can not believe in Yahweh at all. Call you an atheist. You can be an atheist. You can be a deist in America. You can be just a hater. You can be against prayer. One devil can take prayer out of all the schools. Everybody wanting it. One devil has more power than 100 million people. That means devils sitting in high places called Supreme Courts and all that. Supreme devils sit in those places according to the scriptures. That's the only way in the world. One devil can get a whole country turned around from prayer in school. Say, well, Yahweh ben Yahweh, you're not a Christian. I mean, prayer to God is better than no prayer at all. At least a kid would know there was a God. To know there's any God is better than thinking, being taught you come from a monkey. You ask, what's wrong with the children today? They think they're monkeys. They've turned the cities into jungle. Think about it. Feast of Weeks. Remember, Yahweh chose to place his name in the hills of North America and is able to deliver us from hell. Yahweh is able, not only, he doesn't have to take us and cause us to run or tread water in the Atlantic or the Pacific. He's able to destroy the wicked right here in America. How many of you tonight find it wonderful remembering? Now, back to Exodus 5, 2 and 3, I want to call your attention again. Don't be distressed when people you know declare their disbelief in Yahweh. Because we see that's what Pharaoh did. And his whole army did the same. But that didn't change the power of Yahweh to destroy our enemy and deliver us. If we didn't learn anything else about Feast of Weeks than what we've learned tonight, and how to remember and put our trust in Yahweh, and to know that no matter how the hells of America look and appear to be, that we are serving the Creator who has all power. He exercised that power in resurrecting us out of this hell. And though it looked like nothing else is going on right now, believe me, plenty is going on. So this Feast of Weeks, let's remember, we were in bondage in Egypt, and Yahweh delivered us. Let us remember and do what? Rejoice. Think of what we have to rejoice about. The same Yahweh that destroyed Pharaoh and delivered us, that same Yahweh is here this Feast of Weeks with us. We don't have to wish we were back there for the God of the Hebrews to meet with us. He's here now meeting with us. Remember, I'm here to do the same thing. Remember, near home.
This concludes part 1 of Feast of Abundant Harvest of the Firstfruits.